We've gotten used to technology being able to predict our text and fill in what we're about to type, but Excel has been autofilling long before smartphones started using predictive text technology. Excel's autofill comes in the form of several built-in features that save keystrokes by picking up on patterns and filling in values to reduce manual entry. One feature is the fill handle, which is this small green square at the bottom right corner of your active cell. When you hover over the fill handle, the pointer changes to this small black plus sign. Dragging or double-clicking on the fill handle will activate autofill. We usually use this feature to copy values or formulas to adjacent cells. So in this example, we have the price of these flowers, and if we click and drag on the value that's here in cell B5, all the way to the end of the dataset, watch what happens to the prices here. They're overwritten with the value that's in cell B5. At other times, there's an obvious pattern that needs to be completed. So instead of copying values, we're completing a series. The pattern may be a trend in numbers, days, or months. Like in this example, we started filling in the months of the year in their shortened form. What if we wanted to go all the way to December without having to type it in manually? We could just highlight the values in the series so far, click on the fill handle and drag all the way to where we want our data to end. Release, and now we have all 12 months filled in. And Excel can pick up on other kinds of patterns too, like this one. Will Excel recognize that this is a pattern? Click and drag the fill handle, and it does. Now we have first, second, third, and fourth quarters. The fill handle can also copy formulas. Just click and drag or double click and Excel copies the formula pattern all the way to the end of the dataset. So here we can click on the fill handle and drag to the end. Or what if we double clicked? Excel was smart enough to pick up on where the data ends, so the double clicking method worked. If there were gaps in our data that made it difficult for Excel to recognize where the dataset ended, then we would have had to drag instead of double clicking. You might have noticed this little icon in the lower right of the fill handle after you've executed an autofill command. When you click on it, you'll see some options which allow you to override the action taken by the autofill feature. Like this. We just clicked on the fill handle and Excel completed our series. But what if we didn't want to complete the series? What if we wanted to copy the values themselves? Then the contextual menu allows us to override what was filled in. So here we just click copy and Excel just repeats the values that were highlighted. There are all kinds of patterns when dates are involved. It could be daily, weekly, monthly, and so on. We can still get the autofill to work for us when date patterns aren't so obvious by using series settings. For instance, we want to set up this year's payroll schedule, which starts on January 15. We can activate a context menu by using the right mouse button when dragging along the range to be filled in. So let's say we've highlighted these two values, and now we click on the fill handle using the right mouse button. And we go all the way to the end of the year. December 31st will be the last date in our payroll schedule. And release. Here we get a context menu where we'll select series. This opens the series dialog box. The second column in the dialog box asks you to select the type of series represented by your dataset. So Excel recognizes that these numbers are dates, but if your numbers aren't so obvious, choose the right one. Date unit wants you to choose which unit will be used to determine the next value. In our case, we use day, and the step value should be 14, since employees will get paid every 14 days. We click OK, and our payroll schedule is all filled in. What if your frequently used list is something really unique which can't be predicted by Excel, like the locations of your store branches? This might be a list you'll need to use over and over. what you can do is to save this as a custom list. Here's how to create a custom list in Windows. Click on File, go to Options, and select Advanced. Click Edit Custom Lists in the General section. So scroll down to General and click Edit Custom Lists. To the far left, Excel highlights New List for the list you're about to create. Enter the list items here in the middle panel, separating each one by pressing your return key. Then we press Add, and our new list is created here below the existing lists. Once we click OK, then our custom list is now ready to be used with Autofill. So here's how we do it. We just type the first item. Let's say that first store location is Buffalo. Once we click on the fill handle, Excel fills in the remaining items on our list. And that's pretty neat. Now, the last autofill feature we'll look at today is flash fill. If you need to convert data from one format to another, or to extract certain values from a source dataset, you can teach Excel what you want your data to look like by entering the first 2 or 3 rows with the data in the desired format. So let's say we have these names here, and we want this to read last name, comma, first name. And notice that Excel is already suggesting the format that we want the names to appear in. If it's right, we can just hit Tab, and Excel has auto-filled by using the flash fill feature. There's another way to use flash fill. What if Excel didn't pick up on the pattern? Maybe we wanted to split the names by putting first names in one column and last names in the adjacent column. We can click on the last value we entered, go to the Data tab, and click on the flash fill icon. And do the same for the second column. And that's how it works. Autofill in Excel at its best.
Ready to learn more about Microsoft Excel? Then check out the full course on GoSkills.com. Click the link in the description.